Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, guys, what's good? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So we had this, ESPN came out with a segment called I Don't Know What the Hell I'm Talking About. And Ari Chambers is an analyst. You know, she was there with two other people, and they was talking about ranking the top 5 college players of all time. Now, mind you, we already know how biased ESPN is when it comes to Caitlin Clark. But to put her in the top 5, then remove her, and the citing of the removal was because she didn't win a championship. Now, let me tell you this. When you have Breanna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, Cheryl Miller, that was the top. But the thing about it is, you're still missing a few others. You're missing Shamika's Holzclaw. You're missing, you're missing, I think it's somebody else I'm missing. Because she had Maya Moore up there, Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Miller, Candace Parker, and Breanna Stewart. Now, we already know that's 3 UConn players up there. 3 UConn players up there. But you didn't have Tamika Catchings. You didn't have Shamika Holzclaw up there, which they won titles. So you overlook them. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to have Candace Parker, you got to have Shamika Holzclaw. You got to have Tamika Catchings. But the greatest college player of all time should be number 1, despite championships. Because the fact of the matter is, if you had Caitlin Clark on there at number 1 instead of number 5, and citing, she didn't win titles. But if you look at the teams, especially when it comes to UConn, because there's so much UConn bias that floats around here. You know, we already seen it, how it came into the WNBA. You see how it is with Gino now, you know, with Paige and all of this stuff. It's just the UConn bias. It's like the UConn is taking over trying to take over the W. But anyway, I'm going to let y'all look at this clip real quick, and then I'm going to come back to you.
Love Caitlin, love how she's transcended the game. I'm not going to go away from that, but in the open, we said, what makes a top 5 player? Winning. The only strike against Caitlin Clark is that she has not won a national championship. And that is the only thing that you can put against her, because the way she has dominated the record books when she was at Iowa was something you cannot duplicate. She's a 3-time NCAA scoring leader and assist leader, a true point guard for the people, 3-time All-American, 2-time Naismith Player of the Year, 2-time AP Player of the Year, all-time leading scorer. She broke the records of Kelsey Plum and Sabrina. Like, literally, there is nobody who has been such a front-facing name through a direct reflection of her skill set. But how can you be a top 5 player if you have not won a title?
It's a great point, which is why I agree with you. Convince me, Ari. We're switching them back.
Again, we read Cheryl Miller's resume. She's a winner. She's a winner multiple times. Yeah. But I have a really hard time. It's paining me to leave Caitlin off this list because of the records, because of what she's done outside of those 94 feet. She has really thrust women's basketball in the mainstream. She has collected her individual accolades. I
get it. I hear you. I get it.
Hope.
If I pick.
Now, looking at that, You would tell me that these people literally know what they're talking about? No, they don't know what they're talking about. See, that's why I'm here. That's why I tag myself as facts and stats. You know why? Because I'm always coming with receipts. Always coming with receipts. I already say, it pains me to leave Caitlyn off the list. But you just read some of her resume. You just read some of her resume to validate why she should be on the list. Me personally, I think she should be number one. Breanna Stewart, let me show you who Breanna Stewart had on her team. Breanna Stewart had these people on her team. And it's not even funny, guys. She had Kill Nurse, Gabby Williams, Nafisha Caller, Breanna Stewart, Katie Lou Samuelson. You have a roster, and this is from 2015 to 2016. That's what makes it so bad. 2015 to 2016. You got Gabby Williams on here. You got Kia Nurse from here. Nafisha Caller, Katie Lou Samuelson. And you going to tell me that because Breanna Stewart won 4 titles, she is the greatest player of all time? Hell nah. You ain't about to tell me that. You're not going to tell me that. That's like telling me that it's what Diana Taurasi did, and Diana Taurasi didn't even score as much points in college than Caitlin Clark did. You think if you could take Breanna Stewart by herself and put her on the Iowa team, she could lead them to the Final Four, none less to back-to-back championship games? Nah, I don't think she could. Diana Taurasi, as everybody say how good she is, could she lead that team? No. Could Gabby Williams lead that team? No. Could Nafisha Caller lead that team? Hell, Nafisha Caller can't even win an WNBA championship with the team that she got. Let alone she got knocked out in a rival semifinals last night in a 3-on-3 tournament. So y'all gonna sit here and make up all of this nonsense to tell me that Caitlin Clark shouldn't be on there? Me personally, if I had to rank anything, I will put Caitlin first because of all of her accomplishments that she had. And since we're going to talk about Caitlin's accomplishments, let me run it down to you real quick here. Caitlin Clark's senior year. Named preseason Big Ten Player of the Year. Unanimous AP preseason All-American selection. Became Iowa's all-time leading scorer. Achieved the most 30-point games by any man or woman in Division I in the past 25 years. So you're going to tell me she had the most 30-point games by any man or woman in Division I in the last 25 years? That's more than Breanna Stewart. That's more than Candace Parker. That's more than Diana Taurasi. Hell, Cheryl Miller was averaging 25 points a game back then. Caitlin Clark was averaging, for her college average, I think it's 28? Let me continue. Shared the Sporting News Athlete of the Year honors with Angel Reese at LSU. Became Big Ten all-time leader in assists. Became Iowa's all-time leader in assists. Broke the Big Ten Player of the Week conference record. Broke the Big Ten all-time scoring record. Became the Division I women's career leader in scoring. Broke Iowa's single game scoring record. Became the all-time leader in points among major women college basketball players. Set Big Ten career records for three-pointers. Set the NCAA single season record for 3-pointers. Became an all-time Division I men and women's leading scorer. Broke Pistol Pete. I just cut it like that because I don't want to mess up the last name. Then named first team All Big Ten. Achieved the most 3-pointers in a single season by a male, female, and Division I player. Became the first Division I women player to score at least 1,000 points in 2 different seasons. Became career leading scorer in the Big Ten tournament. Most outstanding player in the Big Ten tournament. Achieved the most points in single season Division I women's history. Passed Tamika Johnson for the most career assists in the NCAA tournament history. Passed Diane Taurasi for the most career 3-point field goals in NCAA tournament. Again, passed Diane Taurasi. Tied Courtney Morse for the most 3-pointers in the game in the NCAA tournament history. Became the first player in NCAA tournament history with 3 career 40-point games. Do I need to continue this? Do I need to continue this for y'all? You know what I'm saying? 1 AP Player of the Year, 2nd year in a row. 1 Honda Sports Awards for the 2nd year in a row. 1 United States Basketball Writers Association National Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. And this is all in her senior season. Achieved the most points in the single quarter in the championship game. Passed Shamika Hoskov for the most career ever total points. Tournament points. 1 second consecutive Wooden Award. Won the 3rd Nancy Lieberman Award. Became 3rd player in our program history to have her jersey retired. Won the 2nd consecutive J.C. Silverman Award. And I ain't even did her junior year yet. Bruh, let's quit playing right now. Stop. Caitlin has shattered the record books from beginning to end. Despite taking a team that only had 1 4-star player, and that's Hannah Stokely, and she was her freshman at the time. Now she's a senior. And took them to 2 back-to-back Final Fours and 2 national championships. That's more outstanding than anything. And Breonna Stewart talked about last year, say, oh, does Caitlin need to win a championship to be considered the greatest college player of all time? I said no. Because the fact of the matter is, she's in the history books. You can't deny what she has accomplished, what she has done for women's sports, how she has plateaued women's sports on and off the court. Because when you look at greatest college athletes, her name is going to be attached to that, despite winning championships. You can sit here and disclose her credit all you want to, but I'm not going to let y'all do that. Ari, I think you cool. I think you're a good person, but you work for ESPN, so I don't have a lot of faith in you. Check this out. Now, this was Mr. Guru on X, and he did on the Gronk thing. And it says, according to Gronk, the top 5 WNBA, top 5 players in the history of the NCAA women's college basketball is Caitlin Clark, 1, Shira Miller, 2, Diane Taurasi, 3, Breonna Stewart, 4, and Shamika Hoskov, 5. I ain't even mad at that. I'm not mad at that because that's pretty much a great order right there. Because how you could, that's why I said, how can you discount put Candace Parker up there if you don't put Shamika Hoskov up there? Then I pull up this one right here. Excuse me. I pull up this one. And this is Caitlin Clark stuff. I pull up all of this. This was Caitlin Clark stuff right here. And it says, I did this from Google. And it says that here's the list of 5 of the most impactful and accomplished players in NCAA women's college basketball history, known for their scoring prowess, championships, and overall impact on the sport. So they combine everything. They combine everything in this. Championships, prowess, and overall impact in the sport. Now that's where Ari and ESPN should have did. And guess what they did? They got Caitlin Clark, is a dominant scorer and a force to be reckoned with, known for her incredible scoring ability and impact on the game. Then they had Diana Taurasi, Breonna Stewart, Shira Miller, Candace Parker, in that order. So you're going to tell me that that criteria considers everything, including championships, and Caitlin Clark is not top 5 by ESPN standard? If I had to bet my money on ESPN, I'll be broke. Just simple as that, folks. I'll be broke. Like I told you, I do this. I'm true to this. I'm not new to this. I'm going to bring you information. I'm going to bring you stats. I'm going to bring you things. I just ran down Caitlin Clark's senior year. I didn't even get to her junior year. I didn't even get to her freshman year. I just had to stop right there because the list is long. So when you talk about the greatest athlete to ever play the game, number one is Caitlin Clark, bar none. I don't even care if she didn't win the championship. You know why? Because her impact on the game meant more. She broke so many records. She won so many awards. And you cannot overlook and you can't overshadow what she has brought to the game. You can't. And it's sad because they're still trying to do it now with her, what she has done in the W in her first season. Now they think that she can't duplicate that in her second season. But watch and learn. Watch and learn. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, y'all underestimate Jordan, you underestimate Kobe, and you underestimate Caitlin Clark. By the time Caitlin Clark finished with the W, she's going to go down as the greatest WNBA player of all time because she's quietly rewriting history that others couldn't write the history. See, you could win championships all you want. You can have all these stacked teams, but that does not make you the greatest player of all time. Because when you have a list of people that's on your team like that plays in the W and overseas, that diminishes you already. That's just like the LeBron conversation. LeBron had D-Wade, had Chris Bosh. Then he went to have Kyrie, Kevin Love. You know what I'm saying? Then he rushed to the Lakers, had AD them. If you got to stack your team to make yourself win titles, then that's qualified. Just is in a way, it's kind of disqualifying you. But don't put yourself as the greatest player if you have to run to build championships. Now, Caitlin took a team to the playoff last year. Now she got help, but she got quality help. You know what I'm saying? That help her. Now, it's not like how the New York Liberty going out here and getting Natasha Cloud and grabbing Isabel Harrison and all of these players to stack up the team to make the team New York bit better. Because you look at it, Jacquel Jones was the MVP. Breonna Stewart was an MVP. She played piss poor in the championship. Nafisha Carter can't get over the hump because she don't even have enough. To be honest, she don't really have help on her team. Look, but at the end of the day, man, stop playing with Caitlin Clark's name. That's all I'm saying. Stop playing with her name. If you're gonna put her in your so-called segment that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about segment, then don't mention her name at all. Y'all want to mention her to benefit off of her, but at the same time, y'all don't want to acknowledge her. Y'all say, and then you say, "Oh, it pains me to not put her on the list." Come on, let's get real, man. Let's get real. We already know who Caitlin Clark is. It's time for y'all to wake up and understand that yourself. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, Live Wire Sports. And I'm out.
Ayy, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.